Okay, we will read chapter 2 of Alex Gino's You Don't Know Everything, Jilly P. So if you're following along, go ahead and turn your book to page 9, chapter 2. Macy and I are in her living room making cards for my baby sister-to-be. Mom and Dad are at the hospital now, and I'm about ready to explode, waiting for an update. Macy has black hair and a pixie cut, green eyes, sand-colored white skin, and has been my best friend since first grade. I've written happy 0th birthday in rainbow letters on the front of my card. I was going to write happy first birthday, but Macy pointed out that her first birthday won't be until next year. I could have just written happy birthday, but I wanted to be specific. Do we know her name yet? Macy asks. Nope. They've tried just about everyone in the book, though. Mom and Dad have been tearing apart a book called Finding the Perfect Name for Your Baby for months and testing out which names sound best with the last name Perio, which have the best nicknames, which are unique but not too unique, creative but not too creative, simple but not too simple. Naming me was a lot easier because I'm named after my grandpa Julian. Mom hates the name Julia, so I became Julian Perio. Well, they've got to make a decision at some point, says Macy. I think they already have. What makes you say that? The text I got from my dad says picked a name. Have you been holding out on me? Macy raises an eyebrow. I see how it is. You Perios are all alike. Yeah, but the rest of the text says, I'll tell it to you in person. Macy's face folds into a pucker. That's cold. JD, ice cold. No kidding. JD stands for Jillian's dad. I bet you can guess what JM stands for. I tried calling Macy's mom MM once, but she just looked at me and said, Trisha will be perfectly sufficient. Thank you very much. She smiled as she said it, but her point was clear. Trisha it is. I still think of her as Macy's mom, though. Whatever, says Macy. I'll just write, welcome, baby Perio. Pass me the turquoise. Turquoise is her favorite color. No one, not even me, is allowed to use her turquoise glitter pen without her permission. 18 letters and 2 punctuation marks. That's a lot of precious, precious turquoise ink. I pull out a purple glitter pen and I stare at the card I'm working on, trying to find spots that need more sparkle. When my phone buzzes. This is it! A text from Dad. Baby sister, signed, sealed, and delivered. On my way. She's born. Dad's coming to get me now. Macy and I get up and do a dance. We've named the baby sister slide. First, you put your left hand on your hip to a count of 3, and the same on your right. Then you do a shake your hips 3 times, extend your foot out to the side, and swoop your body over to meet it. That's the slide part. And clap. That's it. So easy, a baby sister could do it. You can dance it together in line, mirror a partner face to face, or if you're like me, go solo in the middle of your bedroom dance floor. When the doorbell rings, Macy and I run for the door. The smile on Dad's face is so big it makes my cheeks hurt. He throws his arms wide open and announces, she's beautiful, just beautiful. Get over here, Jilly Billy. And he picks me up and spins me around the room. Hi, Trisha, he says once I'm back on the ground. Good to see you. You too, Dominic. Congratulations. So I ask, what's her name? Yeah, JD, spill it, says Macy. Emma. The name sounds like a sunbeam radiating off his tongue. Emma, I repeat. It's lovely. Well done, JD. Worth the wait. Thanks, JF. JBFF, Macy corrected Dad. OISINDIA. Oops, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. That's one of their standards. I'm glad my dad and my best friend get along so well, but right now there's a brand new baby to see, and now is not the time. So I grab Dad's hand and pull him towards the door. In the car, Dad can't stop talking about what a great job Mom did and how Emma is such a perfect little baby. And he just knows I'm going to fall in love with her the moment I see her. He drives into a parking garage as tall as the hospital across the street. We wind around and up the concrete structure until Dad finds a spot in level 3, section B. B for baby, I announce. B for baby, Dad confirms. We take an elevator downstairs to cross the road and enter the hospital itself. On the maternity ward, Dad lets me open the door to Mom's room. She's wearing a thin blue hospital gown. I can tell she was asleep because her head jerks up and blinks a few times before smiling. Her face is pale and her hair is stringy, but the smile in her eyes is bright. Hey, you two. Emma's sleeping. She nods over at the corner of the room where Emma is nestled inside a plastic and steel crib. I go over to peer in, but all I can see is a mass of fabric, a swoosh of pink peeking out between her hat and her blanket. Come over here, Jilly, so your mom can give you a big hug and kiss. Mom groans when she shifts in bed, but she wraps her arms around me and it feels cozy. I don't want her to let go. I missed her last night and this morning, and even though people have babies all the time, I was a tiny bit worried about her, maybe even a little more than a tiny bit. Oh, these are so sweet, she exclaims when I give her the cards Macy and I made. And Macy used turquoise. We must really rate. Once Mom is done oohing and awing, Dad props the cards up on the bedside table. Then he takes a seat right behind Mom, his arms around her waist and their legs pressed against each other. I sit at the foot of the bed. It feels good and family-like, even though we're in a hospital. Mom asks me about my day, and I stop talking the moment a small noise comes from the far side of the room. It's something between a gurgle and a yawn, the voice of someone who doesn't know what to say because she has never said anything before. Dad retrieves the bundle of blanket-wrapped newness and places her in Mom's arms. Ready to meet your sister? Mom asks. I nod like wild and scooch toward the head of the bed. Even scrunched up with bright pink and red blotches on her face, Emma is adorable. I can't believe she's coming home to live with us. Hi, Emma. I'm your big sister, and I love you already. Would you like to hold her? Mom asks. Yes. Dad hands me a pillow and lays Emma on it, and we sit on the bed together, tiny Emma in my lap and Mom and Dad's arms, all of us transfixed by Emma's every movement until she falls back asleep. It isn't long before Mom's head starts drooping too. Almost ready to go, Dad asks. He'll be driving me to Aunt Alicia's and Aunt Joanne's for the night. Aunt Joanne is Mom's sister and Aunt Alicia is her wife. Dad will be coming back to the hospital to keep Mom and Emma company. I could stay too, I tell him. I don't take up too much space. And I'd even go down to the cafeteria to get you coffee in the morning. I love spending time with Aunt Alicia and Aunt Joanne, but their kids, Justin and Jamila. Oh, and their kids, Justin and Jamila, but I see them all the time. And this is the first time I'm meeting Emma. That's very sweet of you, honey, but only people over the age of 18 are allowed to stay in the maternity ward overnight. What about the babies? They're not 18 years old. They're about as far as you can get. Welcome to life, Jilly, is all Dad has to offer, along with the tussle of my hair. I swat his hand away. Dad picks Emma up from the pillow on my lap and settles her into the bassinet. Mom blinks a few times and with a grunt sits up higher in bed. Dad checks his pocket for his keys and phone. All right, he announces. The 6 o'clock special for Point West is preparing to head out. All customers, follow your driver to transport. I give Mom a careful hug. And would the lovely lady at the station please consult with the driver before departure? Dad leans over Mom, and their lips lock. I'm glad that we're alone in the hospital room. People who don't know my parents, when they see how they kiss, and then they give me a big smile like I should be proud of them or something. To be honest, it's a bit much. On the way out the door, I look back at Mom, her head already falling back on the pillow. Emma's bassinet is too tall for me to see over, but I know she's curled up inside. I can't wait until they're released from the hospital and we can all celebrate at home together.